Hello everybody, welcome to the next episode of Burnout. Yes, I'm doing Burnout again. I think the main reason why I haven't been doing it for the last couple weeks is mainly because I thought you guys didn't really care about it much anymore. It's just me talking into a microphone, just expressing what I thought about a race, and I was like, you know what, I don't really think many people would really like that. But then, of course, a lot of the comments say, hey, where's the next Burnout episode? And I was like, okay. Plus, the last couple Sunday nights has been really busy Sunday nights. So that's why I've been kind of not been doing it. But I'm on spring break now, and eventually I'll be off for the summer. And then by then, I should be able to make Burnout regularly again. So, yep. I think got about a month and a half left of school until I finally graduate and then move on to my next steps in whatever major I'm getting for. Right now it's something in film and media studies, I think is what I'm aiming for right now, but it changes every 0.2 seconds. So yeah, I think one of the big things to come out for the last 3 weeks, Kyle Busch scores his 200th overall NASCAR victory at Auto Club. And it was a huge milestone, a controversial milestone. If you had to ask me on what I thought about it, I still think Kyle Busch has 53 Cup wins. I know I said Cup wins, not overall wins. Overall, yes, he has 200. But why do I think he has 53 Cup wins? Why am I only counting the 53? Well, it's mainly because how we only counted the Cup victories with everybody else. For example, I think Jeff Gordon, if I'm correct, had around I think 10 Xfinity races where he won it. I believe that is. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, Jeff Gordon has 5 Xfinity wins. So why are we not counting those? Why can't we just say that Gordon has 98 wins? Or why don't we count Dale Jr.'s Xfinity wins? So why are we all of a sudden counting Kyle Busch's Xfinity and Truck wins as wins? When, if we're going to be counting it with everyone else, we shouldn't be. Now don't get me wrong, 53 wins is nothing, to be ignored. 53 wins, it is no doubt, and not even, it's no doubt that Kyle Busch is one of the greatest drivers in the 21st century. And he will absolutely be one of the best of all time. I definitely see him winning a lot more races. I do even see him winning around 4 to 5 championships in this future, because, that is just something insane. He surpassed that 200 threshold a while back. I think back at, recently at Texas, No, Martinsville, right? We're talking about ISM, Auto Club, and Martinsville this week, and overall, I think a lot of insane things happened as well. I'm not going to be focusing solely on the races and more what happened over the past month, because a lot of crap happened over this past month, and I think one of the big ones, the 2020 NASCAR schedule has been released, which changed a lot. First thing first, ISM is now the season finale, which I think is a pretty good move when it comes to the track type, because overall, Homestead is a good track, but I don't really think of it as, championship worthy of a track. I think the main reason they kind of changed it up and made Homestead the season finale is I think it was initially planned on looking like the old Atlanta. The original Atlanta that ran until, 1997. I think they were kind of striving towards that when they kind of reconfigured it. Because it used to look a lot more like an Indy track, and then I think it was with that and also what happened with John Nemechek, earlier in 97, I think overall that ended up leading them to reconfigure it into the track we all know today. But I think the problem is with Homestead moving up to the 6th race, however, there's probably not going to be much excuses to go race at Homestead anymore. What's even the point? The track isn't even that good of a track, in all honesty. It's just kind of bland race, especially over the past couple years. So, unless Homestead has, hopefully, this is what I hope new downforce package does with changing that up. Hopefully, we will be seeing a good homestead race this year, and I like to see it. I like to see what happens with that. Then some other changes. Pocono is going to be becoming a double header. So, like, they're going to be running 2 days in a row. Which, in all honesty, I am, like, clueless on how that's going to work. I honestly am not really quite a big fan of that idea. Let alone the fact that they're running it at Pocono, which is probably, if I had to be honest, is one of my most least favorite tracks. In fact, I think it might even be my second least favorite track, aside from Kansas. Because, like, it's a racetrack I don't really think isn't designed for, like, NASCARs. Like, Indy cars, it's perfect for IndyCar racing. Like, NASCAR racing, I don't really think so. And I think I could also say the same thing for the Brickyard, in all honesty. Like, the track was never meant for stock car racing. And it's like, I know everyone's going to start going in hasty because, like, I think the main reason they're really only in the schedule is because of adding diversity. Like, with Pocono only having 3 turns rather than the average cookie cutter 4. And, you know, like, Indy basically being an exhibition race, like, practically, because, you know, it's something different. It's racing on a track that's a famous track that brings in a lot of, like, revenue and stuff. But when you look at it in the grand scheme, like, both tracks aren't really that good. If I were to say an idea for a double header, I probably would have done Bristol, or, like, a track that, like, somewhere along the lines of Bristol, or, like, Martinsville. Something that makes it cool. I think, alright, yeah, it's just, I don't know what to say. Plus, I'm like, what's going to happen if you wreck your backup car, and then wreck your main car, and then your backup car in the race? So what are you going to do? You're going to go, like, it's a long drive from the track back to team shops, back to Pocono, and all in one night. Like, I have no idea how that's going to work. Or if, like, you're going to be out for contention for the next race, but I don't know. They might bring extra backup cars, who knows. So anyways, another big thing, speaking of Brickyard, the Brickyard's moved up to the 4th of July, and Daytona becomes the regular season finale. Now this is my absolute no. Number 1, Daytona has always been the 4th of July event. Why change it now? That is like come on. It's like, I don't even know why. It's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just, I do not like the change. Second of all, I do not like the idea at all of determining the playoffs at a restrictor plate track. Let's not forget, restrictor plate tracks are practically the wild card of the NASCAR schedule. Like, you never know who's going to win. Like I said, you could have, like, a driver like Kyle Busch or Denny Hamlin win. On the other hand, you got, like, Derek Cope, you could win a race. David Reagan could win. You could even have, like, Ross Chastain win a restrictor plate racetrack with ease. And it's like, not to forget the big crashes. Like, I don't really think anyone would be happy to see their favorite driver, who has been working hard all season long, just a couple points off, be out of the chase because of a multi-car wreck. And I think that's the big reason why NASCAR replaced Talladega as the cutoff race for the top 12 and replaced it with Kansas, specifically for that reason, because I think a lot of backlash happened after Junior got cut off. And it's like, and trust me, when Junior's out of contention, the whole world shakes. And also Brickyard for the 4th of July. Now, this I'm kind of 50-50 about. Like, one hand, I want to see Daytona again. Second of all, I mean, it would be pretty cool. I mean, Indy is practically a good American track. Like, it is probably one of the primary American tracks in the world. I think if we're talking about, like, open wheel, but I think a big thing to say when I want to, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but overall, I'm 50-50 about Indy moving. I mean, we already moved Indy from July to the final race of the playoffs, like, either this year or last year. And now, for, like, a good reason. Just so, like, I think it was because of, like, better weather or cooler climates or whatever. I don't know. But we're changing it back for no reason. So yeah, and then I think Martinsville running at night, I approve that. Bristol becoming a playoff race, I approve that too. I kind of think we should kind of get rid of the first, like the spring Bristol race, because of bad weather and like declining like attendance for that spring race. I think, as a matter of fact, the 2019 race is going to have tarped seats, which is terrible. It's just awful. And it's because I think it's just better off just to get rid of that first Bristol race. And then, of course, this one I am absolutely against. No, absolutely not. And I just do not like this. Darlington is going to become the first race of the playoffs. I think you all know why I kind of don't like that. All right, if you don't, and now analyze this. Consider the following, that old Bill Nye thing. Okay, let's say, trying to think. Austin Dillon runs sort of a Dale Earnhardt throwback. Like driving them like a number 3, like the Daytona 500 win car from 1998. Like imagine that, like the 1998 car, like the plus Goodwrench car on a Gen 6 body. Imagine how awesome that would look. And then imagine green splitter, green windshield top thing, and a green spoiler on the car. Wouldn't you realize how ugly that would look? Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen next season, because we're going to be seeing these throwbacks with chase markings on them. And I don't like that idea. It just kind of ruins the whole concept of the Darlington throwback. It reminds me of Jeffrey Earnhardt's Dale Earnhardt throwback from a couple years ago. I think it was 2016 when he had that cool 32 car that was thrown back to Dale Jr.'s, not Dale Jr., Dale Earnhardt's Wrangler machine. It was going to look great. It was going to look awesome. And then Otter Pops decided to come on and ruin the whole thing. It just looks stupid. And I know a lot of people might be okay with this, but I'm not, in all honesty. Just, no. I don't want to see chase markings on such iconic cars. Because, trust me, if Davey Allison saw a throwback of his car with chase markings, I think I'm kind of over-exaggerating, but, like, I probably wouldn't be so happy to see, like, a Cale Yarbrough, Davey Allison, Alan Kulwicki throwback. It's just got all these just green chase markings. I'm saying chase marking way too much. All right, I'm trying to think what else there was going to be on the schedule. I'm kind of sad that we didn't see any new tracks. I was hoping we would see tracks like Iowa, Gateway. I know they're planning on bringing Rockingham and Nashville Fairgrounds back to the schedule, which Rockingham, happy to see. Nashville Fairgrounds, glad to see. There are also a couple other tracks I'd like to see come back. IRP's one. I don't really think Nazareth's going to be too realistic because that track's basically abandoned. However, North Wilkesboro can happen. Please make it happen if we can. So, yeah. I don't know. And then, of course, Brad Keselowski wins at Martinsville. And then we got the Texas race this week. I am just going all off. So, it's Texas. Texas is a track I'm kind of 50-50 about now. Ever since the new config of the track, it's just awful racing during NASCAR. And that's just sad. I thought it would be a little bit better, but it turns out it just makes the track significantly bad. But hopefully, I think my prediction on who I want to see win next week at, or tomorrow at Texas is probably going to be Kyle Busch. I mean, like, why would you even try compete against Kyle Busch? I know, like, started out with some drivers, like Larson was pretty strong in final practice, but, like, come on, it's Larson. Do you expect Larson to win in 2019? Absolutely not. And he could be leading with, like, 3 laps to go, and then, like, Lady Luck will do all she can just to make sure Larson doesn't win. And then, of course, like, we have moments like Chicagoland where, oh, look at that, he's going to win. And nope, ain't going to let you do that. And now I'm going to cry in the fan to the camera. All right, yeah. Okay, so anyways, hope in Texas, this, like I said, downforce package, don't fail us now. I think in all honesty, Auto Club with the downforce package, I know a lot of people were like, yeah, I don't like this. It kind of made the racing not as good. Which, coming from somebody that regularly attends MIS, which is almost an exact clone of Auto Club, makes me absolutely terrified. Because I do not want to see Michigan lose a race. All honesty, I do not want to see Michigan lose a race, which I hate to say it, but it's most likely going to happen because of the declining popularity of Michigan, because the downforce package is absolute trash here. But yeah, if Michigan loses one race, it could even lose both races. They might even lose both races, because that makes it even more terrifying, because like North Wilkesboro lost both of its races towards Texas and New Hampshire. And yeah, Michigan, like if Michigan loses NASCAR, Michigan's done. Like MIS is screwed. Because there's like hardly anything else that comes in to the track. And that just honestly scares me. But anyways, yep. Hopefully we'll see a good race this week at Texas. Hopefully the new downforce package will do its thing. And then we'll talk next week about what happens, as well as I think Bristol's next week. Yep, Bristol's next week. So that should be a fun one. And end of the month we're going to be seeing Talladega at the end of the month. See Richmond. And then it's gonna be a fun month. April's gonna be pretty fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Next video, I don't know what's gonna happen. Probably gonna be some poopy post. But I am working on a stop motion. Hopefully it'll be up by the end of spring break. I don't know. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and see you all next time.